If you've had enough of consequential elections which could reshape Western democracies after Trump and Brexit, you should probably stop watching now. But if not, welcome to Palazzo Madama, the seat of the Italian Senate, built on the ruins of Emperor Nero's baths in ancient Rome. In a December 4th referendum called by Matteo Renzi, the Prime Minister, Italians will be asked to vote on whether to cut the number of senators from 315 to 100 and reduce their legislative powers in the name of easing political gridlock.
The consequences of the vote go way beyond that specific constitutional change. To start with, Mr. Renzi has threatened to resign if he is defeated, bringing an end to his time in office after nearly 3 years. The 41-year-old former mayor of Florence has charted a reformist course for the country, but has lost popularity amid disappointment with the economic recovery and the migration crisis. It may not be just Mr. Renzi's fate on the line. Some worry that a rejection of his reforms could be the latest blow to what is an increasingly fragile European Union. Campaigning against Mr. Renzi are a series of anti-establishment opposition parties, including the Five Star Movement and Northern League, which have questioned Italy's membership of the euro.
It was here in this building on the Capitoline Hill that the Treaty of Rome establishing the European Economic Community was signed nearly 60 years ago. But right next door is Rome City Hall. In a sign of the anti-establishment fervor which has been sweeping Italy, in June it was won by Virginia Raggi, the populist new mayor from the Five Star Movement.
Italian equities and bonds have suffered in recent weeks, as polls have shown that a vote against Mr. Renzi is likely to prevail. Should that happen, investor confidence in all things Italian may be shattered, and the banking sector is particularly at risk. Before year-end, the nation's struggling third-largest bank, Monte dei Paschi di Siena, needs to raise up to €5 billion or face a likely government bailout. To Mr. Renzi's critics, and even some supporters, such concerns about a no vote are overblown, and Italy will simply continue muddling through. After all, there have been 63 governments in the post-war period in Italy. This time, the country's political fate will rest in the hands of Sergio Mattarella, the country's president, who will have to pick a new prime minister and decide when to proceed to fresh elections. The question is whether the costs of political uncertainty are higher now than they have ever been in post-war Italy, and whether the EU can afford another crisis.